Good evening, students.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
So we have completed four chapter. Two from the chemistry and two from the biology. I hope all of you watched the videos which is related to the chapter. Okay. So in the chemistry, we have completed the chemical equations and that chapter, chemical reactions and equations chapter, and acids, bases and salt chapter also completed. In the biology section we have completed the life processes chapter and the control and coordination. So four chapters from the biology section and the two chapters from the two from the each session is completed, right? So please watch those videos so which is related to this chapter. So okay, so from today we are starting the like a revision session. Okay, so revision session means we are discussing some questions, uh, short answer questions, long answer question, and 1 mark questions, like that. Okay, so I'm starting from again the life processes chapter. Okay, so
Ma'am,
while yes, yes, okay, so please join the session and note down the question answer. So while watching the classes, note down the important questions and the every. From today onwards, I'm giving the important questions chapter wise. Okay, yes, so that is important for your midterm exams also and for your annual board exam also. Okay, so let us start the session. So let's wait 2 minutes. If anybody wants to join, let them join. Be ready with the notes and okay. Please mute your audio. Vinay Kumar, something is that. Mute your Radhika. Mute your audio. Okay. Here is the first question. What are the various methods used by the plants to get rid of their waste products? So this we have already discussed in the session, that is life processes chapter. While teaching this session, I have discussed this also. So here, what are the various methods of the methods used by the plants get rid of their waste products? Means in the human beings there are different organs, like there is a excretory system for the excretion, right? And some waste they will be eliminated by the digestive system also, and some waste like carbon dioxide that is excreted through the our respiratory system, like that. So there are different organ system is developed in the animals, but is there any such type of the system is there in the plants? Yes, anybody? Is there any specialized type of the organ system is there for the waste elimination in plants? ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ? No, right? But how they get rid of their waste? So note down the answer. Here, plants they produce the carbon dioxide as a waste product during the respiration. You know that plants also respire, and that oxygen is get rid that carbon dioxide is, so that is exchanged with the stomata. So carbon dioxide is released from the stomata, and so there are different types of structure, so they will help to eliminate the waste products such as leaves and barks and fruits. So they will also help to eliminate the waste. And sometimes, so these gums and resins, also help to eliminate the waste. In the form of gums and resins, the waste will be excreted, and plants also secrete some waste substances into the soil around them. So in these different ways, plants eliminate the waste. Okay, so first type is the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is also a product that is released during the respiration in the plants, right? And oxygen that is released during the photosynthesis process. ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಕೂಡ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಆ
Yes, ma'am.
ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಥ್ರೂ ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಥ್ರೂ ದ
Stomata.
stomata. Yes. Then some of other waste, so they are eliminated through the leaves, bark and the fruits. Okay. Then some of them also eliminated by the gums and in the form of gums and resins. So these all are important points. Okay, so note down this answer. Note down this one. Okay. Next question. Why does the human heart have 4 different chambers? So in human beings, the heart contains the 4 different chambers. Which are the 4 different chambers? Anybody? So 4 different chambers. Name the 4 different chambers of the human heart.
Right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle.
Very good. So left atrium, right atrium, left ventricle and the right ventricle are the 4 different chambers of the human heart, right? So why does the human heart have the 4 different chambers? So not only human beings, birds also having the 4 chambers in the heart. Okay, so what is the reason behind this? So because human beings and the birds, they are called as warm-blooded organisms, means they are not able to change their body temperature. So with respect to the environment, so environmental ಗೆ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ದೇರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್. ಸೊ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದೇರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಸೊ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಫೀವರ್, ರೈಟ್? ಫೀವರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಟು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ದಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್, ಸೊ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೋರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಸೊ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಮೋರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಈಸ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ನೀಡಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಡಿಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ 4 chambers of the heart. Okay. Yes, note down the answer. So here in human beings, both oxygen and carbon dioxide have to be transported by the blood separately. So you know that in the left side of the heart chambers and the right side of the heart chambers, so they are carrying the oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood separately. So the human being's heart has the 4 chambers, so it prevents the oxygen rich blood from mixing with the blood carrying the carbon dioxide. So ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡ್ರಾ ದ heart like this, so there is a, so roughly I'm drawing this. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಡಿಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಏನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್
Double circulation.
no, not double circulation. So they have to maintain their body temperature. So this arrangement of the circulating only oxygen rich blood in all the tissues of the bodies leads to the maximum production of the energy. So ಈ ತರ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಈಸ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ what? Maintenance of the body temperature. So body temperature ಅನ್ನ maintain ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ most of the energy is used. Okay, so that is the reason. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So why the birds and humans, they have the separate chambers for the oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood circulation? ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಇರೋದು? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್. ಸೊ ಆ ತರನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಬಿ ರೆಡಿ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಬೋತ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ, so here explain why animals such as amphibians, many reptiles can tolerate the some mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So in the amphibians, how many chambers are there in the heart? Anybody?
Two chambers.
No. In fishes, there are two chambers. Fishes have the two chamber heart, but amphibians and reptiles, they have how many chambers?
4 chambers.
Is that 4 chamber? Only mammals and birds have the 4 chamber heart, but amphibians and the reptiles, they have
2 chambers heart.
no.
2 chambers heart.
No, wrong. Fishes have the 2 chambers heart.
3 chambers.
Yes, amphibians and the reptiles, they have the 3 chambered heart. But in the reptiles, except one organism, do you know that organism? Except crocodile. So this is a general knowledge question. Except the crocodile, crocodile is having the 4 chamber heart. Crocodile is reptile, right?
Yes.
Crocodile is reptile, but it is having the 4 chamber heart. Remaining all reptiles and the amphibians, they have the how many chamber heart? 3 chamber heart.
Chamber hearts.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
write down the question.
Yes, ma'am.
So here, the animals such as amphibians and many reptiles are cold-blooded animals. What do you mean by cold-blooded animals? What do you mean by cold-blooded animals? They are able to change their body temperature with respect to the environment. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಆಂಫಿಬಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ರೆಪ್ಟೈಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅವು ತಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗೋ ತರ ತಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. whose body temperature depends on the temperature in the environment. So since amphibians and the reptiles do not need energy for their maintenance of the body temperature, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಈಗ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗತ್ತಾ?
No, ma'am.
No, alva. So but in the amphibians and the reptiles, they are changing their body temperature and there is a less energy is needed. Okay, so ಅಲ್ಲಿ energy ಏನು ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಬೇಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So here there is a mixing of the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood is allowed. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಿಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಏನಾಗಬಹುದು, ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬಹುದು. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಸ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಟಾಲರೇಟ್ ದ oxygenated and deoxygenated blood mixing. So in their body. Okay, so note down the important points. No need to write all those points, just note down the important points. Okay.
Just from 1 minute, ma'am.
Okay.
Over, ma'am.
Okay. So here, fourth question is, how small intestine is designed to absorb the digested food? So you know that in the small intestine, so there is a complete digestion of the food will takes place and the absorption of the food will takes place. So how it is designed to absorb the digested food? So anybody? So how the small intestine is designed? So if you observe the inner walls of the small intestine, so it is having the finger like projection. What it is called? What it is called? Finger like projection in the small intestine? Villi. Very good. So that is called as villi. So that increases the, why it is folded like this finger like projection? Because it increases the surface area of the small intestine, alva.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is also very important question. So inner surface of the small intestine has the millions of tiny finger-like projections called villi. So here 1 marks question is also asked in the previous year, that is, what is villi? What is villi? Very important question. And how the small intestine is designed to absorb the nutrients. The presence of the villi gives the inner walls of the small intestine very large surface area. So the large surface area that helps for the absorption of the digested food. Okay, so this is very important question. Note down the answer. And here, what is villi and about the small intestine? So they may ask the question. Okay, I hope this question is completed. Name the main organs of the human digestive system and also name associated glands. So you know that human digestive system, there is a mouth, then stomach, yes, stomach, then the main organs, mouth, stomach, then small intestine,
Large intestine.
large intestine. So these are the main important organs of the digestive system, right? And what are the glands, what are the different glands are present in these organs? So in the mouth, which gland is present?
Salivary gland.
Salivary glands are present, right? Salivary glands. Very good. So they secrete which enzyme?
Salivary amylase.
Salivary amylase. Very good. So in the stomach, what type of the glands are present in the stomach?
Gastric
Yes, very
glands.
good. Yes, very good. Gastric glands are present and they secrete
Gastric juices.
gastric juice. So that contain the HCl, mucus and the pepsin, right? Then
Pepsin.
in the small intestine,
Bile juice.
yeah, so this bile juice is secreted in the liver and it is received by the small intestine. Okay, so it is not secreted in the small intestine. So in the small intestinal, some glands are there, small intestinal glands are there in the walls of the small intestine and they secrete the intestinal juice. Okay, so they secrete the intestinal juice and that contain the some enzymes. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಬೈಲ್ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಬೈಲ್ ಡಕ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಲಿವರ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾಂಕ್ರಿಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಯಾಂಕ್ರಿಯಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್, ಮೌತ್. So this is not important. This is not having any glands. Okay, stomach, small intestine and the large intestine. So here they are having the salivary glands. So here liver, so that is having the not gland. So here bile juice will secrete in the liver and small intestine is having the small intestinal glands. Okay, and this pancreas is secreting the pancreatic juice. Pancreas also that also involved in the digestion, and mainly write the answer, that is the gastric glands, that is in the stomach. Okay, so these all you have to mention. So don't write liver and pancreas. So this liver and pancreas, they secrete the juices, pancreatic juices and the bile juice. And one more you have to involve, that is the gastric glands. So gastric glands anna illi barkoli. Then small intestinal glands, small intestinal glands. Okay, next question. Why is small intestine in herbivores longer than the carnivores? Any reason? So in herbivores, so the small intestine is longer. Very important question. So they may ask in the give reason. So what is the reason behind this? Small intestine is longer in the herbivores than the carnivores. Why? Anybody? Those who are giving the answer, just you can unmute your audio. Remaining students, please mute your audio. Okay, so while giving the answer only you can unmute. Yes, anybody, if you know the answer, please. Here small intestine in herbivores, very important question. So here, so they contain, herbivores, what they eat? Herbivores means what? They are depending on the plants and plant product, right? So they eat the plant and plant product. So these plants, they contain the cellulose, right? Herbivores, they eat the plants, they depend on the plants for their food, and they contain the cellulose. And this cellulose digestion, for this cellulose digestion, they have the longer small intestine, because this cellulose digestion is ಲಿಟಲ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಸೆಲ್ಯುಲೋಸ್ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಹರ್ಬಿವೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು, that small intestine is longer than the carnivores. So you know the carnivores, they are not depending on the plants and they are not eating the cellulose directly. So cellulose ಅನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ಕಾರ್ನಿವೋರ್ಸ್ ತಿನ್ನೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಹರ್ಬಿವೋರ್ಸ್, ಈ ಹರ್ಬಿವೋರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಿನ್ನತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ because of that there is no cellulose is present in the carnivores food, so they are having the less longer that small intestine compared to the herbivores. So second question, what will happen if the mucus is not secreted by the gastric glands? Yes, what is the function of the mucus? So that is secreted in the stomach. Anybody? Mucus function ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
Partial breakdown of proteins.
No, that is by the enzyme, pepsin enzyme. ಸೊ ಪೆಪ್ಸಿನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಪಾರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್, ಸೊ ಲೋಳೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ದ ವಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್, ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ HCl. Yes, HCl is the acid, right? So that may be harmful for the stomach, walls of the stomach. So ಆ stomach ಗೆ HCl ಏನಾಗಬಹುದು, HCl ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, that may cause the any damage in the walls of the stomach. So this mucus that is preventing the walls of the stomach from the HCl alva. So that is the answer. Here you can note down the answer. It is small intestine receives the food from the yes. So here if an organism is herbivore, the main food component that contains the cellulose. Cellulose is the main food content, and so this will take the more longer time to digest than the carnivore. Okay, so like that you should write the answer. This is the second one answer. So not this one, don't write this answer, so just note down this one for first question. Yes, for the second question, this is the answer. If mucus is not secreted by the gastric glands, then acid secreted by the glands, that is the hydrochloric acid, so that may corrode or that may cause the any damage in the walls of the stomach. So that is enough. Okay, that may cause the damage for the walls of the stomach. That is enough. Just at least note down the questions and important questions, or make the notes in your book also. Okay, just see the seventh question. What is common for cuscuta, ticks and leeches? So these all are having one common point. What is that? Anybody? Yes, cuscuta, what is that? Cuscuta, what is this cuscuta? So that is the parasitic plant, right? So what do you mean by parasites? they depend on the other organisms for the food, right? So they are called as a parasitic plants. So this, parasites. So this Cuscuta, that is depending on the other plant for its food. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದ ಫೋಟೋಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ದರ್ ಓನ್ ಫುಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಕಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ, so this Cuscuta is the parasitic plant. It is not performing the photosynthesis, but it absorbs the food from the other organism. Okay, so it is not able to synthesize its own food. Then ticks. So ticks, they are present on the hairs of the animals and they absorb the food from the animals. And leeches, so they also depend on the other organisms for food. So these three all are what they are? They are parasites. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So they are what they are? They are parasites. Yes. Then name the substances on which the following enzymes act in the human digestive system. So this trypsin acts on which type of the food substance? Trypsin helps for the digestion of what? Trypsin and pepsin, both, they helps the digestion of which nutrient? Yes, anybody? Yes, anybody?
Ma'am.
Don't know?
No, ma'am.
Okay, this trypsin and pepsin that helps for the protein digestion. They act on the protein. Remember, trypsin, so that is released in the enzyme that is present in the small intestine. Pepsin is present in the large intestine. No, wrong answer. Pepsin is present in the stomach. Okay, so these
Yes, ma'am.
both are helping for the digestion of the protein. And this lipase that help for the yes, digestion of the lipids. Okay, that acts on the lipids. Then third question, why does absorption of digested food occur mainly in the small intestine? So you know that the digestion and absorption mainly occurs in the small intestine. Yes, what is the reason? Already I told the answer. Already I told the answer in the previous question. So if you are students, repeatedly I'm saying, if you are not giving the answer, please mute your audio. Okay, so it will disturb other students. If you want to give the answer, then only unmute your audio. Okay, otherwise don't unmute your audio. If you want to give the answer, then only just unmute your audio. Yes. Why does the absorption of digested food occur mainly in the small intestine? Anybody? Because it contains the finger-like projection. What it is called?
Villi.
Villi, right? Yes. So first one answer, what is common in Cuscuta, ticks and leeches? That is, they are parasites. Okay, all three are parasites. So the second one answer, trypsin, it act on the protein. Pepsin, that also act on the protein, partial digestion of the protein. Lipase act on the lipid. Why does the absorption of digested food occur mainly in the small intestine? Because of the villi. Okay, so that is the correct answer. Note down the answers. And question also, these questions may ask in a 1 mark or multiple choice question. Yes. Next one, which part of the body, note down the question, which part of the body secretes the bile? and where it is stored, bile is stored, and what is the function of the bile. Okay, so bile juice, so that bile juice is secreted by the, so that is in the liver. So the bile juice that is secreted by the liver and that is stored in the gallbladder. So it is also given in your book. Okay, so the bile is produced by the liver and that is stored in the gallbladder, and that helps for the digestion of the fat, mainly emulsification of the that is fats. Okay, so emulsification of the fat means, so that helps to break down the fats into small globules. Okay, so if it is a fat, so it helps to break down the fats and form the small globules. So that is the function of the that bile juice, that helps, that act on the lipids. Okay, and see the next question. What is trypsin? What its function? Yes, what is trypsin? Already I told the answer. Yes, Bharatraj something is there. So yes, Bharatraj, what's your name?
Yashwant.
Yashwant. Yes, what is trypsin, Yashwant?
Meat, it secretes by the pancreas.
No, trypsin that is present in the small intestine. Okay, and that helps for what?
To break down the proteins.
Protein. Yes, that is helping for the breakdown the protein. So that is the correct answer. Yes. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, this is secreted by the pancreas. So sorry, this trypsin, that is the enzyme secreted by the pancreas, means that is present in the small intestine. So this pancreatic juice that contain the trypsin. Okay, and that helps for the digestion of the what? Digestion of the proteins. And see the next question. So this is also repeated question. What substances are contained in the gastric juice and what are their function? Very important question. So many times this question is asked. Okay. What substances are contained in the gastric juice?
HCl, mucus,
HCl.
pepsin.
Yes, mucus
Mucus,
and
pepsin.
yes, very
Pepsin.
good. What is the function of that HCl?
To kill the microorganisms present in the food.
No, this HCl that provide the acidic medium. So this HCl that provide the acidic medium for the functioning of the pepsin. So pepsin will function when the acidic medium is there. So this is the enzyme, right? So ಈ ಪೆಪ್ಸಿನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಸಿಡಿಕ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಆಸಿಡಿಕ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಅನ್ನ ಈ HCl ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, then mucus already I told, that is for the
It-
protection of the
Stomach.
walls of the stomach. Yes, and that pepsin that acts on the partial digestion of the protein alva, so protein digestion ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ help ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so that is also very important question. Now note down the answer. Yes, and what you told, that HCl that also helps for the kill some bacteria or some thing is there, so any unwanted particles is there, so that also help for the killing that organism, and along with that it provide the acidic medium for the that pepsin. Okay, so here note down the question, so carefully read the question. X is a wild animal which eats only flesh of the other animals, whereas Y is domestic animal which feeds mainly on green grass. Okay, so here first question is, what are animals like X known as? Second question is, what are animals like Y known as? And which animal X or Y has the longer small intestine Y? Okay. So here, what are animals like X? Wild animal. What they are called? Wild animal, and they eat the flesh. What they are called? They are called as carnivores, right? And these Y animals, they are feeds on green grass. They are called as herbivores.
Herbivores.
Yes. And which animal X or Y has the longer small intestine? Yes, which one has the longer small intestine?
X.
No, herbivores having the longer small intestine means which one?
Y.
Y is having the longer small intestine. And name the one animal which is like X. So X means any wild animal which eats the flesh, that is the tiger, or any carnivore, you can give the example. And name the animal which is like Y.
Cow.
Cow. Yes. So any herbivore example you can give. Okay.
Elephant.
Yeah. So already we have discussed the 10 question, that is the short answer question. Okay. So let us start the 1 marks question. So in today's session, we are solving the 10 short answer question and 10 1 marks question. Okay. So tomorrow also I will take the same session. So here from the 11th question we are starting the 1 marks question. Okay. So up to here we have discussed the short answer question. In the next class we can discuss the long answer question and the one MCQ question, like that. Okay. So here write the chemical equation of the photosynthesis process. Yes, what is the chemical equation of the photosynthesis process?
CO2 plus H2O gives 66H12O6 plus
H2.
oxygen.
Yes, C6H12O6.
O6.
Yes, very good. Plus H2O plus oxygen, right? So you have to balance this equation. So in the presence of chlorophyll and the sunlight, so that is also important. You have to mention that, and add the and balance the equation. You should write the balanced equation. Okay. So balanced equation anna baribeku. Means here C6 is there, so you have to take the 6CO2 like that. So idanna balance ಮಾಡಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು photosynthesis equation anna. Okay. So that is the correct answer. Yes, very good, Yashwant.
12H2O.
Yes, 12H2O. Yes, 6CO2. So
602.
okay. So that gives the glucose, oxygen and the water as the product, right? So that is very important question. So idanna ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ photosynthesis chemical equation ಅನ್ನ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಲ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ಡ್ chemical equation ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ. Then second question is, why do aquatic animals breathe faster than the terrestrial animals? Why do aquatic animals breathe faster than the terrestrial animals? Aquatic
Because there is not oxygen.
less availability of the oxygen. Yes. So aquatic animals take oxygen dissolved in the water. So that is less quantity than that of the oxygen in the air. So aquatic organisms like fishes, they breathe in the air, breathe in the water, but the oxygen availability is very less compared to the earth, okay, on the terrestrial region. So they breathe very fastly compared to the terrestrial organisms. So oxygen ಏನು dissolve ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದೇನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ದ ಟೆರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್. ಸೊ ಟೆರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬ್ರೀತ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ 1 marks question.
In In water, carbonates are present.
Yeah,
Means
mainly
in water,
yes,
carbon.
carbon dioxide. Yes, carbon dioxide is also there in the dissolved form. Okay, mainly oxygen is dissolved in water. ಸೊ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ವಾಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
Okay, ma'am.
ಸೊ 13th question, that is, where does the digestion of the fat takes place in our body? So complete digestion of the fat takes place in our body in which part of the digestive system? Yes, anybody?
Pancreatic amylase.
Yes, no. What I'm asking, complete digestion of the fat that takes place in which part of the body, which part of the digestive system? For example, in the stomach, or in the small intestine, large intestine, or mouth, like that they will ask. So complete digestion of the fat that will take place in the small intestine. Okay.
Yes, miss.
Next question. Name the blood vessels through which exchange of gases and waste materials takes place. So there is a main blood vessel, so that carry the, so there is a aorta, right? So that aorta that will divide into different blood vessels, and these blood vessels, they will form the small tube like structure, and these tube-like structures, they will supply the oxygenated blood to the cells. So cells ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, oxygenated blood ಅನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, supply ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. And same blood vessels,
Olive oil.
no, these is, listen carefully. These same blood vessels, they will carry the deoxygenated blood waste materials to the from the different parts of our body. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್. ಅದೇನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ನೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈಚ್ ಸೆಲ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಬೈ ದೀಸ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್? ಸೊ alveoli that is present in the
Lungs.
lungs, right? So here these are called as capillaries. Capillaries ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಇದೊಂದು ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್? ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ತರ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಟು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ದ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಟು ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಇದೇನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಈ ತರ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಲರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಗೇನ್ ಈಗ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಅ capillaries. Again they will form the large blood vessel. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದೇನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. They are called as capillaries. Okay. See the next question. In which part of our body anaerobic respiration takes place? So
Muscles.
common, yes, very good. In the muscles, yes. In the muscle cells anaerobic respiration takes place, right? So remaining cells of our body, they perform the aerobic respiration. Other than the human body, there are some lower organisms, so where the anaerobic respiration takes place. In which organism? Anybody?
Mitochondria.
In the east, in the east, there is a anaerobic respiration takes place.
Mitochondria.
Mitochondria, that is in the that carries the aerobic respiration. Okay. Next question. Name the protein digesting enzymes present in the pancreatic juice. So some protein digesting enzymes are there in the pancreatic juice. That is,
Trypsin.
yes, trypsin. So that is the trypsin. Pepsin is present in,
Pepsin.
pepsin is present in
Gastric
which?
gland.
Yes, that is released by the gastric glands in the stomach.
Stomach.
Yeah. Next question. Name the factors which affect the photosynthesis. Means photosynthesis is affected by the some factors. So some environmental factors are needed for the photosynthesis process. Yes, it may be affected by the some factors of the environment. Which are they? So that is, yes, carbon dioxide concentration, light, temperature, and the water. So these all are essential for the photosynthesis process. If these factors are less or which is not suitable for the plants, the photosynthesis process may affect. Okay, so water is also essential and light is also essential for the photosynthesis. So these all factors, they are needed for the photosynthesis process. Next question. Name the various cells through which water moves upwards to reach the leaves. So that is related to the transportation in the plants, right? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ plants ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ cells ಇದೆ. So that helps for the upward movement of the water. So that is the which cells are helping for that. So that is the xylem, tracheids, and the vessels. So in the xylem, so that xylem tracheids and xylem vessels, they help for the upward movement of the water. So note down, this one is very important, xylem tracheids and xylem vessels. Note down this point. Note down the points. Yes, can I move the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Next one. What is the function of the bile juice? Okay, so that is secreted by the liver. Note down the question. What is the function of the bile juice?
Liver.
Large fats into
Yes.
small fats.
Yes. So that is called as emulsification of the fat, alva. So in ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ large long chain of the fat that will become the small globules of the fat digestion ಗೆ help ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. That is called as emulsification of the fat ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ.
Yes, ma'am.
Last question. What kind of nutrition occur in fungi? So you know that different types of the nutrition, autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, right? So in fungi, what type of the nutrition occurs? That is the heterotrophic nutrition, alva. Yes. So in today's session, we have completed the 20 question. So related to the life processes chapter, and very important for your board exam and the midterm exam also. I hope in the next month you have the exams, right? So in the next session also, we are discussing 10 plus 10 question, means 10 MCQ or 1 marks question and 10 long answer or short answer question. Okay. So while joining the class, just glance over this chapter. So ಒಂದ್ಸಲ glance ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಏನೇನಿದೆ ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. So that is helpful for the give the answer in the session. Okay. So I hope this session is useful for you people. So we'll meet in the next session. ಏನಾದ್ರು doubt ಇದೆಯಾ?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So is it helpful?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
miss.
Okay. We'll meet in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you.